The relationship between dogs and humans is very special. Dogs hunted for us. Sometimes the toll was way too high. They had to give up their life for us. But what these spirited animals teach us is very special. Dogs and wolves share 99.9% of their mitochondrial DNA, the DNA that's passed down by the mother alone, which makes these two species nearly identical. So, our ancestors welcomed those freedom from the cold and eventually came to call them dogs. Today, many types of dogs can be seen all around the world. I don't remember my initial meeting with Peach as love at first sight. The family who'd been keeping her took me into the kitchen, and there was an adorable baby German shepherd in a playpen. And then Peach came in. She was jumping up on everyone, sweet as it could be. I knew other dogs would never notice Peach, because to them she looked more like a doglet. Peach had a funny little bent tail, and her eyes went in two totally different directions. She had some lumps, and she didn't like to lick. If you were petting her and you'd stop, she'd tap you with her paw until you started petting her again. You didn't start doing it. The taps became much more insistent until they were hits. Peach was an amazing soccer player. She could juggle a ball on her nose for minutes, block any shot, and dribble around multi-leg tables. Peach enjoyed fish in all sorts of ways: grilled, raw, smoked, and ambultial. As age took its toll, Peach had good days and bad days, good minutes and bad minutes too. Sandwiched so close together, sometimes it was hard to believe it was the same dog. Spondylosis is a condition that affects the vertebral bones. It's commonly thought of as arthritis of the spine. However, unlike arthritis, this is a non-inflammatory condition. Though commonly thought to be more common in older dogs of bigger species, it can affect any middle-aged to older dog. Within 6 weeks of treatment, I started to see a strong learning curve, and that the rhythm of rescue involved expecting anything at any time. Because of the difficulties Taz now posed for her, I assumed Peach would try to limit the number of trips she made up and down. But that would be giving her far too much credit for common sense. Most worrisome of all were her hips, which had mostly forsaken her. Arthritis had snuck into her joints, weakening them and making them ache. No matter what life brings, your pet brings you love. And that's why now more than ever, their health and happiness is so essential. What began as a mutual service contract between two very different species became something much more like love. None of that makes a lick of sense, but it doesn't have to. Love really touches the analytical parts of the brain. It touches the dreamy parts, the devoted parts. It touches the parts we sometimes call the heart. For thousands of years, it's there that our dogs have lived. Can you remove it? I don't know how to do it.